To become someone's safe haven is to master the highest form of emotional intelligence. It is not about being a savior or crutch. It is about creating an invisible sanctuary where another person feels entirely seen, heard, and protected. This mission to keep someone attached is built on the psychological foundation of secure attachment. When a person feels that you are their safest place on earth, their brain begins to associate your presence with the release of oxytocin and serotonin, the chemicals of bonding and happiness. This creates a deep, subconscious hook that is far more powerful than physical attraction alone. It starts with the concept of radical presence. In a world full of distractions, giving someone your undivided attention is a rare gift. Most people listen only to respond, but a safe haven listens to understand. This means picking up on the micro-expressions, the tone of voice, and the things they aren't saying. When they speak, you are not just hearing words, you are absorbing their emotional state. A critical pillar of this mission is emotional predictability. Attachment thrives on consistency. If you are warm one day and cold the next, you create anxious attachment, which leads to friction and fear. To be a haven, you must be the constant in their chaotic world. They need to know that regardless of how bad their day was or how much they messed up, your reaction will be grounded, calm, and supportive. This doesn't mean you don't have boundaries, but it means your love is not a moving target. You become the lighthouse that stays still while their storms pass. This predictability builds a profound level of trust where the person feels they can drop their social mask. We all wear masks to survive in society, to look professional, strong, or happy. Being a safe haven means creating a mask-free zone where they can be vulnerable, messy, and imperfect without the fear of being judged or mocked. To deepen this attachment, you must practice non-jubilant validation. This is the art of acknowledging their feelings without necessarily agreeing with their actions. If they come to you upset about a conflict at work, a safe haven doesn't immediately jump into fix-it mode or tell them why they were wrong. Instead, you say, "I can see why that made you feel so frustrated." This simple act of reflecting their emotion back to them signals to their nervous system that they are safe. When the nervous system moves out of fight or flight mode in your presence, the person subconsciously begins to view you as essential to their well-being. You become the person they crave when life gets hard. This is the hook, not a manipulative one, but a biological one. Furthermore, being a mission-driven partner involves the scarcity of judgment. Most people are surrounded by critics, bosses, parents, and social media. If you are the one person who offers curiosity instead of criticism, you become irreplaceable. When they share a secret or a failure, instead of asking, "Why did you do?" you ask, "How are you holding up?" This shifts the focus from the mistake to the human being. This nurturing environment encourages self-expansion, where they feel they can grow into a better version of themselves because you provide the stable base for them to take risks. Ultimately, keeping someone attached through the safe haven method requires you to be a master of the small moments. It's the way you hold their hand when they're stressed, the way you remember a tiny detail they mentioned weeks ago, and the way you offer a soft landing when they fall. It is a quiet, steady mission of building a fortress of two. When you provide this level of emotional security, leaving you becomes unthinkable because, in doing so, they would be leaving the only place where they truly feel home. Building on the foundation of emotional predictability, the mission transitions into the realm of attunement, which is the ability to be in harmony with someone's internal state. This is where the attachment deepens from mere comfort into an almost telepathic connection. To be a safe haven, you must learn to read the micro-bids for connection. A bid can be as simple as a sigh, a look at a passing bird, or a random comment about a dream. Most people miss these moments, but a partner on a mission recognizes them as invitations. When you consistently turn toward these bids instead of turning away, you create a massive reservoir of emotional capital. This capital acts as a buffer during future conflicts. Because you have built a sanctuary of responsiveness, even when you disagree, the other person's nervous system doesn't perceive you as an enemy. They remain attached because the history of your safe responses outweighs the momentary friction. The next layer of this sanctuary is protective silence. In moments of high stress or emotional outbursts, a safe haven knows when to stop talking. We often feel the urge to defend ourselves or point out logic. But in a state of emotional flooding, the brain's logical center, the prefrontal cortex, shuts down. To keep them attached, you must be the one who regulates the temperature of the room. By staying calm when they are chaotic, you provide a co-regulation effect. Their nervous system literally begins to mirror yours. Over time, they realize that being around you actually physically calms their heart rate and lowers their cortisol. This is the biological mission accomplished. You have become their natural tranquilizer. They will subconsciously seek you out after every hard meeting, every family drama, and every personal failure because your presence is the only place where their body feels it can finally exhale. Furthermore, to maintain this safe haven, you must master the art of non-intrusive support. This means being there without suffocating their autonomy. People fear losing themselves in a relationship, but a true safe haven encourages the other person's individual strength. You are the base camp for their mountain climb. They go out into the world, take risks, and fight their battles, knowing that if they get hurt, the base camp is waiting with warmth, supplies, and no judgment. This balance of autonomy and attachment is the secret to a long-term bond. When they feel that being with you actually makes them more capable of handling the world, rather than more dependent, their respect for you turns into a deep-seated devotion. They stay attached not because they are weak, but because you make them feel strong. Consistency is the final, most grueling part of the mission. It is easy to be a safe haven on a good day, but the true test is being one during your own bad days. To keep someone attached, you must communicate your own needs without destroying the sanctuary. Instead of lashing out, a safe haven says, "I'm having a really hard time right now and I don't want to take it out on you. I just need a moment." This transparency shows them that the safe haven is a living, breathing choice, not a robotic performance. It teaches them how to be a haven for you in return. This reciprocity creates a closed-loop system where both people are fiercely protective of the space they've built. By the time this level of intimacy is reached, the mission has evolved into a fortress. The person is no longer just attached. They are rooted in you because you have provided the one thing the modern world lacks, a place where they are never, ever alone in their internal struggle.